It's Wednesday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Real Talk.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way
to ease my mind
and
help my living. It's Real Talk. It's the daily vlog, Mark Pires Real Talk. I'm here to help you make smarter moves, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 331 in a row of the Mark Pires Real Talk show. And I couldn't get on today till 5:30 because it's crazy out there right now. And I'm not even talking about people just traveling to go out to see family for the holiday. I'm talking about this real estate market is heating up. Now, I have a few properties that were sitting there for months over the summer and no one's showing them. All of a sudden, Thanksgiving tomorrow. Let's all go see it. Let's just all go see it in the last day or two. How about that? So I had 3 showings at one of my properties in the last 24 hours. That's more private showings at that place than I've had in 2 months in 24 hours. Now, who knows? My hope is that these are serious buyers ready to pull the trigger. Now, I talked to you guys about this a few weeks back. The importance of keeping your house on the market during the holidays. This is it right here. Tomorrow is the holiday, one of the biggest ones of the year. And a lot of people took their homes off the market weeks ago. It's going to get stale. We don't want it to get stale, so take it off the market. Now, I've been saying to this one client for a few weeks, trust me, my gut is telling me we're gonna be there soon. We're gonna succeed where you haven't in the past. Now, I had a property 4 years ago. I was the 7th agent in after 5 years of unsuccessful listing and no sales. 7th agent, 5 years in. And this is right after I bought the drone. I just got my first drone. And in Fairfield County, I don't know where else you are in the world, but in Fairfield County, I was the first guy to do that. And I got all the press for it. I was all over the news for about a year. I was on Fox News. I was on NBC as the expert, I guess, because I was the guy who had the thought. And the FAA was after me for a little while. But basically, providing that drone footage gave me an advantage, I think, that you need to have in any marketplace, which is showing the vast property that you have to sell. You get one chance to get people to look, to keep going. But this client, okay, just got the drone. I get the listing maybe 2 months, and we've had 35 showings. I think we had 35 showings. And this is Christmas time. So we're roughly a week before the end of the year. And I start getting these phone calls, daily phone calls. Now, I don't know if you guys have clients. I have some clients who will be on the phone with me for 10 seconds. And then I have others who will talk to me for an hour, and it's the same conversation over and over. And no matter how many times I express the answer to the questions they have, they need to hear it again. Now, this is one of those clients. And she was, again, I'm 7th agent in over 5 years, so it's definitely it's been a process. And we're having this conversation over and over. Well, I don't know, Mark. I think we should take it off the market because it's Christmas time. No one's buying homes right now, and it's going into the new year. I want to take it off the market. Every time I've had a listing agent, I take it off the market right now, and I'm going to do it again. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've tried to sell this house 7 times over 5 years with 7 different brokers, and apparently each year you take your house off the market during this period of time. Now, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and nothing's happening, same result, we call that insanity, doing it over and over. What we need to do is try to shake things up. Shake it up. Do something different. If you do the same thing over and over and you're getting the same result, what is that telling you? Maybe you have to try something else. So, this client, eventually, after, I was just not going to take no for an answer on that one. I just felt it. I knew we were close. 35 showings. So, and here's just the side note. We had 35 showings because I took a shot that nobody had shot before on that property, which is a flat perspective of the house. The house had a weird driveway. So you're kind of just looking up at the house. Every agent that took the shot, standing in the driveway, taking that shot, and having that drone for the first time and taking a 25-foot shot flat at that house, sold that house. And so basically, client, I just got to the point where I said, listen, just trust me. What harm is there leaving it on for 7 more days, for 15 more days, and then take your break on like January 15th for 15 days? That's okay. You want to take a 2-week break from the market? Do it after the new year. Because I'm telling you right now, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I had 3 private showings at this property. And I had calls on 2 other properties. I have a showing going on at 6:30 right now as well. And that's at one of my condos. So there is activity in the marketplace. If you're a seller right now, you should be doubling down. Get your agent to just put together an open house during the holidays. Not literally during the holidays, but those 2 weeks up to the holidays, pound it hard. You guys have to keep going. Everyone wants to take a break during the holidays. Ooh, let's just relax. Relax gets you nowhere. You want to capitalize? Keep your house on the market and market strong over the next month. That's what you got to do. Market strong. Because there are serious buyers out there. And remember what I said, anybody that's out there right now with Thanksgiving tomorrow, with Christmas next month that's looking, is ready, willing, and able. They're really considering making a life change. You just don't know when it's going to happen, but I can tell you a lot of people decide to pull their homes off right now. And I think that's a very, very, very silly move. It's a silly move. Stay on. It's the only way you sell. Remember, I was telling you guys how we get some agents who send these messages out, and they're like, hey, we're taking our house off the market, but if you have anybody interested, let me know. We'll still show it. We're still interested in showing it if you have a serious, ready, willing, and able buyer. I mean, listen, guys, anybody I said that's out there is serious. Keep the house on the market. No one's thinking about you unless you're on. There's too much on to think about what's not on. You have a lot of choices. I think that's also a big issue for us. You fast forward a month and a half, and you're going to see a ton more hit the market. As soon as the weather changes, you start to get some warm weather. Right after the Super Bowl, you're going to see this too. Just tons of property hit the market. So guys, I don't know. I'm just feeling something's going on. I'm hoping that all my clients continue to stay on the market during the holidays. Don't go with that voice in your head that's telling you that you need a break or that the house is going to get stale. You just don't know who's going to be out this holiday season, but I'm already sensing it's going to be some serious buyers ready to go. So anyway, not sure what you guys got going on for your holidays, but I hope you have safe travel. And I'll be kind of kicking it local. I think what I'm going to do for you guys tomorrow is our Thanksgiving special. This is my first Thanksgiving here on Real Talk. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what to do there. Should just be like I'm not going to come down to the studio for Thanksgiving. So I think I'm going to pack my gear up. And I'm thinking about doing a Thanksgiving special. Thinking about doing a Thanksgiving special tomorrow evening on the beat seat. Thanksgiving special on the beat seat tomorrow night. It's happening. I'm doing it. I just made up my mind. So I hope you guys join me for that. That's going to be a 10 o'clock show. And I hope you guys have some really tasty meals during the day and you prepare. Don't fall asleep early because I'm going to put on a show for you tomorrow night on the beat seat. We're going to do something like this. So, let's see. Maybe we should get into the news. I got some news stories for you today. Science-based. I don't know. I'm digging on the science stories lately. I wish I liked science a lot more when I was younger, but I'm into it now. I just like learning about this solar system, learning about, where we go when this all ends. That's one of the stories today. Let's get into it. We'll use this as our music for news night. I actually thought about a few other things. I want to see what you guys think about this. I'm thinking that each day there should be a weather forecast. The reason I'm thinking this, the other night we went on the radio with Danny Coleman, and it was the coolest thing in the world. They had this guy, Dave the Rave, call in, And he just made me laugh so hard. Dan, I'm going to release this tomorrow as well. The entire radio program just cut down to be the information that's about the Real Talk program and about the Beat Seat. There was a lot of fluff besides that I figure is probably just going to take up a lot of space. So we'll cut that out and just give you a concise version of the radio show. But this guy, Dave the Rave, he goes, Danny's like, look, I hope you have a good traffic report for these guys. They have to go back to Connecticut later. And he's like, oh, you're going back to Connecticut? Yeah, well, there's some cars going this way. The other cars are going that way. That's what's going on. And I'm like, holy cow. They made like a comedy bit out of doing the traffic. And I started thinking, why? I mean, I shouldn't do traffic, but then I could do the weather every day. And then I started thinking, well, maybe I should make it my own, obviously. I still haven't figured out how to work my celebrity impressions into the show. Maybe that's how I do it. Where I do either the news stories as a celebrity impression, or maybe we do the weather as like Scarface, the Scarface News. It's gonna be hot today, man, okay? You gotta wear some galoshes, okay? Because it's gonna be really, really cold, man, okay? I have a fur coat. That's right, it's fur. And I wear it when it gets cold, man. So maybe we do the Scarface News. Because Christopher Walken, I think, would be weird doing the news as Christopher Walken, you know. Again, this is an evolution, guys. But I'm starting to think that the show is a culmination of everything. It's just not talk and music. It's got to take a piece of me from my entire life and bring it to the surface. And we are now broadcasting on YouTube. YouTube, this channel that we're on now, is the Real Talk channel. This one started as the Mark Pires channel. There are videos on this channel of me doing goofy things. Because when I started this channel 11 years ago, I was doing celebrity impressions and Christopher Walken and Harry Carey, Will Ferrell's impression of Harry Carey, and all this crazy stuff. And there's some really funny stuff there, but it's not who I am anymore. I'm not approaching this planet trying to bring comedy to make people feel lighter. I'm trying to bring positivity and motivation. However, it's all me. I got to start accepting it. Start remembering that was a huge part of who I was. In between songs, I would be vamping by doing a Christopher Walken impersonation, or Scarface, or Jack Nicholson, Owen Wilson, whatever. And I've kind of abandoned the entire thing when I started doing this positivity-based motivation show because I just felt like people didn't want to hear the comedy. They wanted to just get right to the inspiration. But it's all the same, guys. It all comes from the same energy. Let it out. Let it out. This world needs more of people letting it out. Holding it in is where we find disease and misery. So who said that to me once? Dis-ease is dis-ease. Your body's in dis-ease. There's something not it's not jiving right now. You got work to do. We all have work to do every day. It's a struggle. Let's get to the news. Let's see what we got today. This is kind of cool, guys. Again, this is all science-based. We got 3 stories here for you, science-based stories. Who's out with me right now? Gene, hey, and then we got Jeff. You guys have the video version. You're watching the screen. You should head over to YouTube right now, subscribe, and ding that bell. Mark Pires Real Talk. And you can now type in youtube.com/C/Mark Pires Real Talk, and you could find me that way. Or just type in Mark Pires Real Talk. That's fine, too. And ding that bell, guys, because I'm loving what YouTube does. YouTube sends like an email, tells you, hey, look, Mark's live. I didn't get that before from Insta. And so now all I'm saying is, Insta, you're here. You're film. You're on here on film. It just doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound the same. You got to go to YouTube to get the multi-track. So here's our first news story of the day. Scientists spot black holes so huge it shouldn't even exist in our galaxy. Now, this is what I love. Stories that prove scientists wrong. Now, we know We're right. No, you know nothing. Every day you learn that you know nothing. I'm going to just tell you this story. Astronomers have discovered a black hole in the Milky Way so huge that it challenges existing models of how stars evolve. LB1 is 15,000 light years from Earth and has a mass 70 times greater than the Sun, according to the journal Nature. I guess the journal Nature, that's a thing? Nature? I guess that's a journal. The Milky Way is estimated to contain 100 million stellar black holes, but LB1 is twice as massive as anything scientists thought possible. Black holes of such mass should not even exist in our galaxy, according to most of the current models of our stellar evolution. Scientists generally believe that there are two types of black holes. The more common stellar black holes, up to 20 times more massive than the Sun, form when the center of a very big star collapses in on itself. Supermassive black holes are at least 1 million times bigger than the Sun, and their origins are uncertain. Now listen, I just have a question for any scientist out there. Shoot me a DM. Let me know about this. If the black hole is 100 million times whatever, bigger than this, 20 times more massive than the Sun. No, that's a common. What was the other one? Supermassive black holes, or at least 1 million times bigger than the Sun. How is it not sucking us all into it? I know that may sound like a stupid question, but how is it not sucking every single thing into it? This black hole that apparently everything goes into and then never comes back out. There's got to be something inside there, guys. I mean, it's like that flat earth theory. Oh, if you go to the end, you're going to fall off. Oh, don't go all the way to the end. You're going to fall off. How long did we think that? Thousands of years? Who was the scientist who figured out? I wasn't even a scientist. I think it was like Magellan or I see that again, something I didn't pay attention to in school, but who was the first explorer who determined that it's not a shelf, you don't fall off, you just keep going, and then eventually there's land? Was it Columbus? I don't know. I want you guys to fill me in on that one. But that's our first story, guys, and this leads us into the next one. And this one's kind of scary, but it's real. And this is what this show is about, being real. Let's get the music back on. All right. A little upbeat music for this next story, guys. The human species will likely destroy itself long before the sun kills everyone on Earth, a Harvard scientist says. Of course, we like to keep it light here on Real Talk. So let's get into this one. Astronomers are certain that billions of years in the future, the sun will incinerate Earth's oceans, effectively killing all life. The best solution to that imminent demise, according to the recent Scientific American blog post by Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb, is to relocate humanity to other parts of the universe. Whoa! Holy cow, it only took us 2019 years to say what we all know happened and why we are here in the first place. You know, I wrote a movie script years ago where, and again, I'm giving away a great movie right now, but you see this Star Wars type movie for the entire movie. Galactic. You see like phaser beams and all kinds of crazy stuff, right? The whole movie. And then the whole premise of this movie is that their planet's going to be destroyed. And we need to figure out where to put all these people. Well, we can't get everybody out. So let's get the women and children and let's take them to this XB974 place that we found that looks like it could be habitable. And we go, and we're going to come back for everyone else. But we drop everybody off. We get back in the ship. We go. Well, on the way back, we just don't make it. Those people don't make it. What happens to those people back that you dropped off over there? Well, here's the crazy thing, and this is the best part of the movie. The last scene, you see these women and children, and they're running, and they're hiding in like a cave. And the last shot, you see a dinosaur's foot come down right in front of the cave and keep walking. That's the end of the movie, guys. The whole movie, you think it's in 2040. No. It was like 1000 BC. Dropped us off. That's the end of that movie. Brilliant idea. I know. Why didn't I do it? Someone else is going to take my idea now and do it. I want to see that movie, and I want to credit for it. It's my idea. That's all I got, guys. It's just ideas that are like, that would be pretty cool. I mean, imagine planetary interplanetary space movie, and at the very end, just dropped them off on Earth 1 million years ago, 240,000 years ago. Yeah, this reminds me of the story we discussed the other day, that there were 9 species of humans living on planet Earth at one time, 200,000 years ago, 150,000 years ago, and we killed them off. That's real. Homo sapiens were like, I don't like the Cro-Magnon guy over there. I don't like the way he's looking at me. I'm going to get rid of all of them. It's pretty sad that we did that. Here's the next story. Well, here's the crazy thing. Did I talk about this fully? Well, I mean, you get the gist. This guy's basically saying that we need to somehow get our species to different places because eventually the sun's going to explode. It's going to kill all life. Pardon me. So, he's taking my movie idea, and he's a Harvard guy. All of a sudden, he gets a paper on it. My movie never went anywhere. Look, here's a prime example. You got a movie idea, and it just sits in your head. What the heck is that doing? Go out there and try to make it happen. I should just film my own version of that one. Create like little small, I wonder if I shot it in like mini and used little characters, if I could shoot like an animation of that. I don't know. Now I'm reaching. But someone's going to do it, guys. I just gave a great idea out to the movie world. So I don't know what to tell you about this one, guys. This guy's basically, he doesn't have much faith in humanity. Basically thinks we're going to destroy ourselves before any of this happens. And let's be honest, he may not be wrong. We are the worst to each other. We're so horrible to each other. And I don't understand how it got like this. I remember growing up as a kid and people were kind. I don't know why I feel like I'm the only one smiling sometimes. It's really weird. And, we got some people on. Hillary and Sylvia, appreciate you guys being on. You guys are on the wrong network right now. I love you on Insta, but remember, you're watching a screen right now. You should go over to YouTube, ding that bell. I'm live every day forever. This is day 331 in a row. And yesterday was pretty insane. You guys may have seen, I went to an entrepreneur event in New York City, and I was thrilled to be there because this was an event on funding. And, I'm here every day just bringing some positivity, some motivation to you, but I don't know everything about business. I'm trying to figure this out because I invented the greatest percussion drum on the planet, and I don't know how to get it out to the world. And so what I'm trying to figure out is when we get to that stage of needing a partner or funding, I need to know what questions to ask. I need to figure out how not to get taken advantage of. I've got this heart that just believes people are going to do right by me. And I've found over and over that that's not the case. I find that people like to take advantage of nice people. And when you think you're doing something nice for them and that they'll appreciate it, they really dig in. They really put their foot down on your throat. And it's a shame that there are people like this in this world. But I had a chance yesterday to sit down and listen to some brilliant people that have been doing this for years. There's one lady that I can't fail to remember her name right off the top of my head, but she was so smart. And everything she said was dead on. And you know what it was? She was real talking business. She was the real talk master of business. I just realized it. And you guys from Insta know about it because you watched it. I was live on Insta. I put it on for maybe 45 minutes. And there was this lady, Precious, who was phenomenal. She does this Pitches by Precious, and she was on Shark Tank, and she was on a few shows. And she was so good because she was truth. She was the essence of truth. She didn't pretend she was someone else. She didn't try to be someone else. She was precious. And I think what I'm going to do is take that bit of her speech, because it was brilliant, and I'm going to drop it into one of my future podcasts. And I'm going to share the content with, I can't remember first if it was Her last name was Haas. I can't think of her first name, but she was so brilliant, and I loved hearing her speak. She was passionate and just knew what she was talking about. It was real talk. And I'm watching these 5 panelists, and I'm saying to myself, look, I grab what I can out of everything in life. And I'm watching these 5 individuals that have really reached a level. A couple of them have built and sold multiple companies. Precious is over there. She's the motivation master. And then I got this business master over here talking about how to get funding. And it was just unbelievable to have that experience, to be able to sit in a room and to pull on years of experience in an hour. Do you guys realize how powerful that is? I don't know if you're doing these things yet, but these are events that are put together by Columbia Business School, their alumni association. And I'm just honored to have been invited to speak last week about the Beat Seat, and then to be invited to sit there and just to learn about funding and just to hear some people that have been doing this a lot longer than I have. And if you are looking to accelerate your potential business, you need advice. I learned a lot yesterday about the team, the importance of team. I'm the CEO of Beat Seat. That's an important role, but it's not nearly as important as the marketing and the business director and our sales director. Now, we have a sales director and we have a business manager, an operations manager, but we don't have a marketing director yet. We don't have a tech director, social media manager. Those are things we need to fill out within the Beat Seat team in order to go and take on that market. Here's the other thing we're going to be doing. Just want you guys to be aware. The prices of the Beat Seat have gone up. Because the consensus yesterday is you don't compete with something inferior with your product. Right now, we're competing price-wise with an inferior product. Your product has to have a value based on its features, on its benefits. And the facts are, we have a drum that does twice what a cajon does, at least, and you don't hurt your back. And it's also a sensory therapy drum for people with autism. So the price has gone up. And I didn't go up big. The base model's $350, but honestly, I'm thinking about $395 because they're worth it. They're hand-built in the United States of America, and they are beautiful instruments. They sound amazing, and everyone that sits on one wants one. So if that's the demand I needed to hear. Yes, the product works. It's better than what's out there. Why are we competing price-wise with something inferior? It doesn't make sense. And for a while, I've been doing it because I'm like, I got to make sure I want people to buy mine over that. Well, they're not going to buy the Beat Seat if they think it's not worth it, if you're charging the same as something that's inferior. So I'm glad I went yesterday just to learn that lesson. Don't compete with something inferior. Show the market why yours is better and worth more. It is better. It is worth more. I have to start believing it and not saying, I have to fight the big guy. You know what? We're fighting the big guy anyway, but our product is better. They're coming out with this thing called the 6-tone. 6 tones for $850. And by the way, you need to buy a seat. You need to buy a seat to play the 6-tone. You could buy a Beat Seat and get omnitone. Omnitone. Unlimited tones. And a comfortable seat to sit on. And you could use your feet and both hands. And has 2 snares. Did I forget about that? I think I did. Again, this show is sponsored by the Beat Seat. Going forward, I told you guys I'm going to be having commercials on the show, so if you have a business, a brand, and you want to start promoting through the Real Talk platform, let me know. I'll be working out budgets. If you have little to spend, I'll work with you. You have a lot to spend, I'll work with you. But I'm here to help you get your mission out to the world. My mission here is to show up every single day forever. At a certain point, everyone's going to be tuning in. When? I don't know. Maybe never, but I'll be here. I'll be tuning in. And you can be sure of that. You're not going to wake up one day and say, I wonder if Mark's going to show up today. I've been here for 331. I'll be here tomorrow for Thanksgiving for a special show on the Beat Seat. And again, my new thing, I didn't get this out there. Yesterday we had an issue with the program here, and it started to get laggy, so I went off and came back on. Something I mentioned, this is something I'm going to be doing going forward. I'm bringing a Beat Seat in. I'm bringing a guitar into my studio, and every single day you're getting a song from me. Every day. This show needs to be something that doesn't exist. There are a lot of people preaching positivity and motivating you, inspiring you. there's nobody that's doing that and then also creating original songs in real time for you on a daily basis on an instrument that's never existed in the history of time. So, going forward, and maybe I'll work that out over the next couple of days. I need to get one of my other guitars tuned, and I got to bring it into the shop because they've been sitting in the basement for a while. I've had my Martin out with you guys every weekend, but I've got a Gibson down in the basement that needs some work. So I'll bring it into Sam Ash and see if they can set it up for me. And I'm going to set that the next couple weeks. We'll be here every day. We'll have a song. Now, the beautiful thing about the weekend, as you know, it's live looping on the Beat Seat, which is where we get stuff like this. And of course, if this is the first time you're watching the show, this is me playing everything, live looping it into my loop station. It's like a tango. I just want to dance to this. I can get down to this, guys, like all night. And then I think I bring the guitar in here, the trumpet. That's one of them. Here's the other one we did, which was awesome. There's the trumpet. Now, when I say trumpet, it's actually me playing my guitar as a trumpet and a bass on my guitar and steel drums on my guitar. Isn't that so cool? I love that. So we improvised that in real time. Both of these songs were improvised in real time with my loop station. So Friday through Sunday and tomorrow night, being a very special Thanksgiving Real Talk, I will be on the loop station as well. So we'll be creating these songs. I think this is another one. Mustafa, what's up, buddy? I'm loving this. All right, guys, my chat's working. I don't know if it's working from Facebook. I want you guys, somebody who's on Facebook right now, shoot me a note. Let me know if this is working. Actually, every platform I'm on right now. Somebody shoot me a note. Let me know that the chat is working. Mustafa just said, what's up? My man. Guys, this is where we're supposed to be connecting. It's a collaboration. Real Talk's not a broadcast. This is a network where we connect. And it's just the beginning. 331 days. And it's just like a drop in the bucket. Like I'm looking at the bottom of the bucket right now, guys, and I'm like, there's nothing in there yet. That's an empty bucket. I don't even see any water at the end of that, on the bottom of that bucket. Nothing. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you watching, and especially watching on YouTube. You're the man. Ding that bell, Mustafa. I'll be live tomorrow night. It's going to be a very special show. Now, here's the thing. I've got a lot on this YouTube channel that is not Real Talk, and the reason is this channel used to be the Mark Pires channel. This is where I used to do a lot of goofy things. We do a lot of, celebrity impressions. Like, I got some people over here on Insta as well, so head over to YouTube, ding the bell, and then go watch some of my old funny stuff. There's a couple of things that'll really make you laugh there. There's a Christopher Walken being interviewed by Harry Carey that was pretty funny. And the Scarface being interviewed by Harry Carey was very funny. But there are some swears in both of those, so just be prepared. We don't swear on this show. I keep it light. And, look, to each his own. I just want everybody to be able to tune into this program, whether you're 7 years old or you're 45, 90 years old. I want everybody to feel like it's a safe place and they're not going to feel offended by anything. So it's positivity and no swearing here. I think a few weeks back, someone said something bad on the show and I was like, ooh, no. I may have to show you the door. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so let's get back to the news. How about that? I got a little sidetracked here, guys. When I start talking to you about everything else, Real Talk, and then we saw Mustafa came on over here on YouTube, which got me pumped. When someone starts chatting with me in real time on Real Talk, it's a wrap. Hold on, we got some people over here. Ooh, isn't that Sylvia said it's got a Cuban flair to it? Oh, thank you so much. Sylvia likes the idea of me doing the music night music every single day. And I just think that's something that I've wanted to do, but it's like in the studio here, I was always like, yeah, I don't know. What if someone's out there and I'm like singing songs back here? But I don't know if you guys realize how amazing my setup is here. Like, unbelievable. I am in the back of Berkshire Hathaway in my own studio. It's cemented on all four walls, so I can be as loud as I want. I can turn this on. I got my speakers running. No one could hear anything. So music every day, it just seems like it has to happen. Again, what needs to be understood is that there are other programs out there, but there's only one Mark Pires Real Talk. That's it. People could try to copy what I'm doing, but you cannot. You need to be you. That's the thing I think most people don't understand. The amount of content that's been coming out of this program for 331. And philosophy, just like whew, letting everything out of you. That soul, breathing, all of it. And I feel unbelievable doing that. I don't know about you guys. When you let it out, don't you feel great? Don't you feel like it all makes sense when you start just being you? Not hiding that uniqueness? Why is everybody hiding? Don't hide. I want to see that special you. Especially if it's something different. I don't want to see that you're like me. I want to see that you are like you. It's a beautiful thing as soon as you trust it and you believe in it. It's a beautiful thing. You know, something I joke about sometimes is like one day when I am in front of you guys, I feel like I'm gonna float. I just feel like the energy we build and I'm just broadcasting. I don't even have anybody giving it back to me. And I just can't wait for the moment we are sitting in a room together and we're doing real talk, but face to face, crowd to real talk, one-on-one, one-on crowd. I think we all may float. Oh, my man Mustafa. Mustafa said, you were right, Mark. Be yourself. Look, being yourself, that's when you start to understand your greatness. We all have a greatness within us. You don't start to uncover and believe in it until you start going for things. You know, I'm starting to see also a lot of the philosophers out there, even a lot of people just being motivational, are saying a lot of the same things. They're saying a lot of the same things. Just don't give up. Keep going. Believe in yourself. Well, the reason we're all saying the same things is because that's what you need to do. You need to believe. If you don't believe you can do it, who else is going to believe in you? It starts with you. Everyone else is a support structure, but you are the pinnacle. You take it to the next level or you just fade into existence. I was driving to the studio today thinking to myself how there's a very, very good chance that I could just be faded. I could have faded into the existence and my music never be heard again. Real talk never becomes a thing because I'm afraid to hear what people have to say. I'm afraid for people to criticize. Afraid that someone may not like what I'm doing. I don't know if it's because I got to an age where I just was like, I don't care what you think of me anymore. I know who I am. I know who I like. I don't need other people to like me. I just want the world to be happy, and I'm trying my best to be the light, to give you something. But this idea that we all go around trying to get acceptance and approval, don't just be happy. Do things that make you happy. Mostly it's kindness, giving other people kindness. That's what will make you happy. Nothing material is going to make you happy. It'll make you happy for a minute. Like 5 minutes. You'll be like, ooh, look, I got my 3 camera shoot. Ooh, look at me. Yeah. And then, hold on, I got to put I always put this, hold on. You got to put the little Real Talk card up. So you see the little Real Talk card. It all fades away, guys. I wonder if we all think the same things. Like if we all, while we're driving around, if we have these deep thoughts that go through our minds and kind of just start bringing up emotions. You know, I don't think I'm the only one, but I'm curious. Oh, I got one for you. Okay, Sonny said, what was the breaking point which led you to do all this? Well, I got an answer for you, Sonny, and I appreciate the question. So last year, I had a pretty good year, real estate year. The year before, I had a very, very good year. And when the election took place in 2016, I used to do a Donald Trump impression, like dead on. And I stopped doing it because of the world. Like I can't even do an impression of somebody anymore because everyone just like is the way they are. So that's when I just retired. I was like, I'm not going to do it anymore. And when I saw how everybody was acting, I'm like, okay, look, I don't care if you like a president or not, but people should just let people do their job. That I never understood. Like when Bush was in office, I remember I think when I was a 21-year-old or something like that. I didn't like Bush because I was like this young kid. I was like, who's this guy? I let the guy do his job. But it hasn't been that way since 2016. And so we get to the end of last year, and I'm looking back at what changed. What was different between 17 and 18? And I thought, well, in 17, I did a fair amount of video. I was doing a lot of walkthroughs of properties and doing some celebrity impressions, I used to do walkthroughs of properties as like Christopher Walken. Like, guys, check out the kitchen is fantastic. And then that was like the real, it wasn't real talk. I was just doing goofy stuff to try to get people to look at my properties. And so December 31st comes around and I'm at my office alone. It's 4:30. And I remember thinking to myself, you know what? I'm going to just go live. I'm going to go on and just tell people, remind people I'm a realtor. Look, 2019 is tomorrow. And just remember, if you need to buy or sell, I'm a realtor. I could help you. Whether you need to go out and look at properties, no pressure. Let's just go out and see stuff, whatever it is. But don't forget that I'm a real estate agent. That was day one. Day two, I came out, New Year's. I remember I ran to my office, so excited to go live. And I got on, I said, can you believe my services are free? And that was day two. I was like, I don't get paid until you buy something. So why would you call a listing agent? I'm going to call the enemy, but I could call this guy Mark or any other realtor and have them work their tail off until eventually I buy something and then they get paid. So I was just reminding people, that's what I do. I'm a real estate agent and my services are free. Don't forget that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days go by and I don't know, I think it was my brother, maybe someone was just, I don't know if he was joking, but he was like, you can't go every day. And when I heard that, the first thing I said to myself was, I'm going every day. Don't ever tell me I can't do something. This is what my soul says. When someone says, you can't do that. Nobody wants to see you every day. And that's what the words were. You can't go every day. No one wants to see you every day. Go once a week. And then I think it was even like I saw these guys, they're really, really very good. And they go once a week and everyone loves them. I'm like, that's great. But I think at the time I was 40 years old. I was like, I'm not waiting till I'm 65 years old to all of a sudden get people to recognize what I'm doing. I'm going to do this every single day for the rest of my existence. God willing. And since day one, you could go back and check this. There may have been 1 or 2 that were 2 minutes at the beginning where I was like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They're all like this. Unscripted. Just let the universe speak through you. I had someone ask me the other day, what is real talk? I said, it's letting the universe speak. It's wanting to speak through us. The question is, are you going to let this get in the way? Or are you going to just be the conduit? My favorite thing the other night, I told you guys this in the Real Talk, was I met this motivational speaker when I went to the radio station. And this guy was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. And we had this really, really powerful conversation in a 10-minute period while I'm shoving down a calzone. I'm trying to eat. My wife's eating. We're like, oh, yeah. And I'm chatting while I'm eating. I'm like, hey, I got to go on the radio. And to learn, I met 2 people. It was the husband and wife and their father. You're like, just what a chance occurrence. I drive 3 hours. I walk in to grab a quick bite before this radio interview, and sitting right there, drinking a bottle of wine and enjoying a pizza, a motivational speaker that just got off a stage with Tony Robbins and Sir Richard Branson months ago. Now, if that's not the universe speaking to me, saying, real talk every day forever, then I don't know what else, guys. I don't know what else to say. I can't come to any other conclusion than that. He wasn't a software engineer. It wasn't Attorney John that I ran into that night. It was a motivational speaker that speaks in front of thousands of people to motivate and inspire. That's who I ran into. That's who I met. So I got my eyes wide open. I got my ears trained. I'm just listening for a sound. Anything. I'm ready to go. I've never been living more in the moment than I have been this last 331 days in my entire 41 years. And it feels exhilarating to do it. It's such a rush to come out here and go like this every day. It's Wednesday. I mean, this is so much fun. And then you just go, and it's real talk. I just love it. And then that high wire act of, well, what are you going to talk about next? No idea. Let's just go for it and see what happens. Let's see. Oh, okay. So Sonny's asking you, what about spiritual growth? If I read books in order to come up with... He's okay. You're focused on spiritual awakening. Well, listen, let me explain something to you that I think is very interesting. I haven't read anything. Literally. A lot of the stuff I read is, in passing. I'm classic for when I was younger, not reading the books I was meant to read, and I read them all afterwards. But the things we discuss here on Real Talk, here's a philosophy I live by. This is one of my quotes that I think you could appreciate. That a smile has an energetic value that costs zero to the currency holder. My smiles cost zero to give, and they have an energetic value. And these are things that come out of me in a moment. And when I think to myself that the reason why I continue to show up every single day to do this is when someone says I can't, I smile and thank them for the fuel. That's my quote too. When someone says you can't, smile and thank them for the fuel. And that's what I've been doing every single day. So I love it when people say, what are you doing? Or if I hear in the background, because that's just fuel going into my tank, guys. You think you're affecting me in the negative. No, you're just amplifying what I'm doing. You're just pushing me towards tomorrow with so much vigor. And I thank you for it. I thank you for it. Thank you for your negativity. I consider myself, remember like the old Back to the Future? Remember that one when he comes back with the juicer and he's taking like bananas and he's taking all kinds of trash and putting it in and turning it into gasoline, into fuel? Yeah, that's what I do with you, with all that negativity. I'm like, yeah, keep it coming. Keep it coming. You think you're going to knock me off my track? No. You're just making my train stronger, longer, more impact. It's coming. That's why this is my favorite thing. There is no stopping what I'm doing right now. The only thing that'll stop me is me. I will never give up this mission because we need it. Today I had an amazing showing at this property. I told you I had 3 showings at this property in the last 24 hours. And I showed the house to the husband on Sunday during my open house. And, it's an amazing thing when somebody finds a connection. A house will call to you. And this one will call to you, I'll tell you. You guys have seen this house. This is the one with the pond in the backyard. I play piano there a lot. It's probably one of the most magical locations I've ever represented. And it's not a $50 million house. It's a $1.55 million house. But it feels, just the setting, the landscape, just being there and sitting on that terrace with that cemented pond right there, you feel like you are in a different world. It's worth way more in my mind. So I met the wife today and the mother. And it was just unbelievable to just have such a great interaction. And we basically got into some real talk. And at the end, she said, well, what's your show about? I said, well, look, I've been live for 330 days. Today will be day 331. And I'm just here promoting positivity and connecting with people and reminding people that we're here to help each other up. And it's not about pushing people down on your way up. It's about grabbing people while you're on the way up and bringing them with you. Everyone wants for themselves, and they're not concerned about the rest of the world. And that's not humanity. That's just like selfishness to like 100%. You know, and if you started to give, if you started to think about those around you, you'll start to feel what I do. Do you guys understand that this daily mission of giving has allowed me to feel lighter? My soul feels lighter. I go home with a smile on my face every day because I've done good. I've done what I'm meant to do. When you start to understand your purpose and you start to fill that void that you've been meant to fill your entire life, it starts to make a difference in your life. It's been an epic real talk. How long have we been on? I wonder if we're going to get a countdown here over on Instagram. Who's on with me over on Insta? Oh, thank you, Gene. Gene came on to wish me happy Thanksgiving. And Photography Belmont, my people. Sylvia, again, thank you for your comments. And Jeff. So who's on? Anybody from Facebook? I haven't seen a comment come through from Facebook. I don't know if it's working. I'm thinking it's not. I don't think it is because, you know what? And I got in touch with them yesterday and I said, I don't think your Facebook feed's working because I haven't seen anything come through from Facebook. And usually I'll get a few comments and I just don't see them during the broadcast, which is very, very upsetting to me. So I don't know what else I could say except, yeah, I won't be able to check any other way. So go over to YouTube because that's working. I got Sunny over here and I got Mustafa. They've been emailing and sending me chat over here. We're doing it. So let's move back to the news. We had another story for you I didn't get to. Here we go. So this kind of ties into the last story, that human species will likely destroy themselves. And just to kind of tie that story up, let me just tell you real quick. This guy's saying we need to take our essence and deliver our essence all over the universe. So we have an opportunity to grow in different regions, but also to build a structure so large that we can in real time move to get away from the sun as it explodes. It's basically, it's my movie he's talking about right here. Oh, awesome, Slovakia, you're the best. All right, so Sonny, you're the best for coming over to YouTube because this is where it's better, right? Isn't it better over here? So basically, the bottom line here is he wants to build this structure. He wants humans to get on this structure and to just be hurtled around space until they find an Earth-like planet. Now, this leads us to the next story. A handful of recent discoveries has transformed our understanding of Earth-like planets in the galaxy. Here's why Earths might be common. I've been waiting for this for 41 years. I mean, I've always maintained that you have to be ignorant to believe we're the only things out there. Seriously, come on. A handful of recent discoveries indicate that Earth-like planets are common in the Milky Way. NASA's Kepler Space Telescope spurred new research into planets outside of our solar system. There could be up to 10 billion Earth-like planets in our galaxy alone. I'm going to say that again. There could be up to 10 billion Earth-like planets in our galaxy alone. In our galaxy. And they may be even more similar to our home planet than scientists expected. Oh my goodness. And it only took till 2019 for them to say it, guys. All these scientists were getting it right. Ugh. So anyway, When astronomers peer across the cosmos for potential outposts of alien life, they look for planets like Earth. Well, yeah, makes sense. So you should check this story out. I love stuff like this. You guys, this is 3 science stories. Sorry if you don't like science, but you got it from me today. Now, here's the thing. This is kind of just a goofy thing. The F-150 versus the Cybertruck. A tug-of-war rematch. Ford challenges and then backs off. So some goofball decides to hook up his Ford F-150 to a Tesla Cybertruck. Now, who ever thought that this would go well? Who thinks that an electric vehicle that can go to 60 miles an hour in 2.8 seconds, that's that big, would ever be pulled by an F-150? Now, if you watch this video, which we're about to do, you'll see it's not a fair fight, because this Tesla guy over here, he starts the car before the F-150 does. Watch this. Let me see if I can give you the full screen. All right. No, why do we have an ad? Oh, no, here it is. Okay, you watching this? Oh, my signature's in the way. Yeah, see, I'm going to play that back for you. I just want you to see. Watch the F-150's tires. Check out his tires. Tesla. Tesla starts going right. Now, look, F-150's not even moving yet. Now he's just holding brakes. Yeah, see, that's not a fair fight, guys. That is not a fair fight. Do you agree? Let's hear from somebody over here. Mind-blowing. That's right. But if you watch this, look, Tesla's going. He's just holding. Yeah, they should have a rematch, but it's not going to be any different. You're still going to get ripped out. Your rear bumper is going to get ripped off by a Tesla. Like, why is that even why would anybody think a Ford F-150 could beat a Tesla Cybertruck, or any Tesla for that matter? It's just a superior engine. A gas engine can never rev up to the same RPM that an electric can get to immediately. And I'm just speaking out on something I don't know about. Anyway, just want to point something out to you guys. Let's see where we are over here. Where are we? I'm going to turn you a little this way. We are 33 days and 22 hours away from the 2nd year of Real Talk. This is the Mark Pires Real Talk website. You can go to markpiresrealtalk.com and subscribe there. You can check out our YouTube page there. You can go to check out all of our Instagram clips and footage. And you could also book a 15-minute session with me for free. Something I'm offering because I believe so much in the Real Talk mission that I want to get on with you and see if I could help you with something you're going through. So it's something I'm offering. And also real estate advice, 15 minutes of real estate advice. It's offered for free. You can book me on the website. Check that out. And remember, you have a business, you have a brand, you're trying to get out there. Use the Real Talk platform. Shoot me a DM and we could discuss commercials. I'm going to be probably doing 10 minutes worth of commercials a day. So if you want to be a part of the first set of commercials, it's going to be at the best rate. Basically, just helping. So let me know. Yes, you're absolutely right. So I appreciate you guys. We just did an hour officially because Instagram just went off the air. That's insane. You know what I'm going to do, actually? This is great. Because now that that's saved, I'm going to quickly go over to Facebook and just see if anybody's been trying to send us messages. And if they have, we could try to respond real quick while we're live. And just remember, tomorrow, huge show. Massive show from the house on the beat seat. Let me see. I'm trying to get this. Is this working yet? I just have to make sure it saves on Insta. Give me a second, guys. Give me 1 second. So any plans for the week? I will be here. I'm going to be at my home location. It's funny. I go away just once a year. The rest of the time I'm working. I'm putting the time in. And if you don't put the... All right, that's my buddy Napoleon right there. Sorry, buddy. Trying to shut off the volumes. Let's see. Nope. It happened again. All right, let me just go. Forget about it saving. Sorry, Insta. I'm trying to get you to save before I go over to Facebook. This is dead air time. Let's put some music on at least. How long does it take to save an hour on Instagram? There it goes. We're good. All right, let's just check real quick, see if anybody's on with me. Anybody on right now? Oh, there's a comment. This is what I'm talking about. Keep it up, Andrew. My buddy Andrew said, keep it up, Mark. Thank you, buddy. So yeah, the chat's not working here on Restream. I'm going to have to say something to them because that should be functioning. So I'm going to call it a day, guys. I think we've done enough Real Talk. You guys have any topics for tomorrow during our special Real Talk Thanksgiving? Let me know. And the podcast, I'm going to drop a podcast for you guys in case you don't know. Okay, over on YouTube, let's see. It's right here. Keeping your eyes open to the signs. Day 329, just from a few days ago. That's the one we're going to be dropping, okay? And let's see. I'm going to go to our live stream right now. Look. That's me live. We're watching me live in real time. So there's only one person on. We got to get more people going. Mustafa and Sunny. You guys are the best. Okay. All right, let me shut this off now because now it's annoying. I'm going to go to our live stream right now. Hold on. Look. That's me live. We're watching me live in real time. That's me. Yes. We're doing it together. Right there. Hey, who's that guy? Mustafa and Sunny. I know who that guy is. Hold on. I want to hear myself say that. What? How many times can we say that? And then look, yes, I'm over there. That's me, yes. We're doing it together. Right there. Hey, who's that guy? Oh, we get the laughter in. I know who that guy is. I'm screen. That's insane. Oh, guys. This is Real Talk at its finest. Well, not really. I don't even know what's going on right now. So listen. I will see you guys tomorrow on the next Real Talk. I'm going to drop this podcast. I'm going to finalize it in the next couple of minutes. So make sure you go over to your favorite podcast platform, download and subscribe to the Real Talk show. It is free of charge, and you can catch up while you're waiting for this new episode, which will be with you shortly. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a special Thanksgiving episode. Have a great lunch, dinner, whatever you got going on for Thanksgiving, and I'll see you tomorrow around 10 p.m. for a Real Talk special show on the Beat Seat. It's Mark Pires.